Hey everyone, thanks for taking the time out on your Saturday night. Spending some extra time with me. I've been out of sorts, a little bit inconsistent this week, so here's a twofer for you today. So let's get into it and follow up with my theme from earlier today of continuing to fight. So I want to talk to you about these two dudes I knew from back in the day. One guy, his name was James. The other guy, his name was Michael. Now, James was a really big guy, really humble, but kind of doofy looking. He was that kind of guy who was, really underachieving in life. No one really expected anything much from him. He probably a lot of self-doubt, a lot of negative self-talk on his side. But on the other side of that coin, you have this guy Michael, and this is the type of guy this is your neighborhood bully. He's the guy that he runs from. He was your tough guy. Guys feared him, girls wanted to be with him, that kind of thing. And he was, the talk of the town. And for some reason, Michael decided that he wanted to fight James. And everybody thought this was, going to be another easy beatdown from Michael. No one really wanted to fight him, and because of his reputation was so fierce. But when they fought, James did something that 37 people before him weren't able to do. He made a decision. He made a decision that he wasn't going to lose this fight. Not this time. No matter what, no matter how hard that he was hit, no matter how tired he became, no matter how much blood he was going to have to spill, he's not only going to fight, but he was going to be the one who's going to win. So hopefully, by now you get that I'm talking about the night that Buster Douglas pulled off what I think is the greatest upset in boxing. February 11th, 1990, he became the heavyweight champion of the world. He knocked Mike Tyson out, right? He took everything that Tyson threw, and he kept standing, and he kept throwing back. And it wasn't because that he was better than Mike. If they fought 10 times, Mike would knock him out 9 of those times. But Buster, he got that one. It only took him one night to become, a legend killer, so to speak. So after that, everybody wanted a piece of Mike. Everybody was coming out of the woodworks. I even think my grandma had called out Mike. But the question is to ask is how? How did Buster Douglas do it? First off, this is a guy with a nickname like Buster. He has no business even being in the ring or sharing the ring with a guy like Mike Tyson, who's iron. Some say that it was his mindset that gave Mike the excuses for not training so hard. Maybe he partied a little bit too much. He thought it was just be another cakewalk. He was just going to go through the motions and he was just going to keep on winning. But the real answer to that question of, how did he do it? It's going to be answered in the why. See, a few weeks, before Buster Douglas was to fight him, his mother actually passed away. And she, like a typical mom, was bragging and talking to her friends and family, saying that, oh, my baby's going to beat Mike Tyson. That's my baby right there. He's going to be the champion of the world. And out of all the people on earth, he was going to be the one. He was going to beat the baddest man alive. So, before she passed, he made her a promise. He promised her that he was going to win. So kind of picture this, this journeyman, this guy who was pretty much cherry-picked to be an easy win, making that kind of decision, making the decision he was going to be the champ of the world. And I'm sure deep down, those thoughts were coming in, they were probably sounding like, oh, well, what's Mike? Well, there's no way that I can win. He knocks guys out, before people can even order their popcorn. He knocks guys out in 30 seconds. No one's ever beaten him. What makes me think that I can do it? He's undefeated. He's a beast. He's an animal. He's probably going to kill me. I'm sure that he had enough of that outside chatter from people, from journalists and friends and things like that from the outside. But for some reason, he decided that he was going to ignore that. He decided, he did the hardest thing that humans will ever do. He believed. He took that first punch. He made it through that first round. And he was probably thinking, whoa, I'm still here. Holy crap. But what if, he made those decisions, a little bit faster and with more purpose? What if we made those decisions when we get knocked down? When things don't go our way, when that promotion doesn't, happen, when you get laid off, your friends, your family, they doubt you, they reject you, your kids mess up, they hate you, your spouse isn't so sure about you. You know, you lose the car, you lose the house, you smoke this, you drink that, you sniff this. You know, it's because life keeps kicking you. You know, it's kicking our ass. But you got to ask yourself, can you keep going? Can you punch back? Most people, you know, we eventually make that deal with ourselves. We suck it up. We say, all right, we might as well get up. You know, life knocks us down. But the champions decide that they're going to get up. They get faster. They take MIA. They take massive, immediate action. So my message, for the night is to think about, you know, what's beating you up or beating you down, and what needs to happen for you to fight back and dominate that. You know, dominate that adversity. You know, it all starts with the thinking. You know, thinking of those reasons why you have to fight back. You know, the how's gonna come. It'll come later, but the why is gonna at least help you beat that 10 count. Now, let your reasons get you that belt. You know, win for your family. You know, they're counting on you. And if you don't, then who will? So, thank you again for spending this time with me. You know, I'll be working on myself too. You know, we're all in this together. You know, so that's all I really have for you tonight. And hope this message served you well. Let's go, champ. Let's have a great night. Let's go.